Let's finger one more, and then I'll turn you loose with your metronome. The C sharp minor, let's make that our next one. The way I do it, again, I start on the 5 always up here. 2, 5, 4, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 3, 1, 2, 5, 3, 1, 2, 5, 4, 1, 2, 5, 4, 1. Really just a mix, pretty much always hitting 2 and 5 on the ones that go up, the intervals up, and then I'm using either 3, 1 or 4, 1, depending on what really just honestly what comes under my fingers first. In some cases that's more natural than stretching that one. So now on the way back up, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5. This one actually is interesting. It's offset a little bit, but it really is sort of the same fingering crabbing its way up. Right there we have a little crossover though, don't we? Because if you look at it as somewhere there you got to make a little adjustment, and that's where I'm doing a little crossover. There's another one. That's what I call the crossover fourths exercise. Great addition to your technique building. If you want to, you can kind of hammer it out. Let me see if I can still do this. I bet I can't. The old ladies with the buns in their hair used to make me balance a coin on my wrist. And I think my wrist is quiet enough even doing this exercise. Now on my way back up. I can still kind of do it. I can feel that I'm making a little extra effort, but the wrist is really quiet even doing this stuff. We're small muscle people, again, to quote the great Hal Galper. So focus on that. You need to have your wrists nice and high here. I don't know how I could ever do this if I was down here. There's no room to cross your thumb under when you're like that. There's plenty of room to pivot things around. If your wrists are nice and high, really level, and your arms are parallel with the floor, basically. If you're doing this, or especially if you're doing this, you're asking for trouble. So it gets to a point with this exercise where the notes are under there, and again, we can start to focus on everything else, our breathing, our posture, on playing the time consistently no matter how awkward the figure. We get into as I've mentioned, that's the art of keeping the time consistent, even no matter how we're accenting. What I'm doing there is accenting every third note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that. That keeps me off balance. And it makes me, for one thing, if you do this, what I'm doing there is I'm really hammering on it with my fourth finger to make sure that that guy is as developed as the rest of my hand. And you'll find as you play this that you often cycle through where the accent is going to keep falling on the same finger. And I love it when it's the fourth because it makes sure that that gets developed. So there's our crossover fourths exercise. Use it in good health. Don't do it till it hurts. That's not what we're here for. But use it because it's a really good expander that emulates the shape of a lot of cool jazz lines. I'll see you for the next lesson.